Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
They knew what I had in my garage, and they knew that they wanted to get at it.
Local musician Aaron Simmons came to his South Fargo home last week to find his locked garage in disarray, and most of his band's gear was stolen.
Now he's warning others that this could happen to you. Valley News Team's Maddie Jelseth found out what happened.
On the green, best little town has got its ups, it's got its downs.
Aaron Simmons is a local country and folk singer and songwriter. He is also the lead singer in his band.
Yeah, that's my hometown.
Recently, he bought some sound gear worth $2,000 and stored it in his apartment's garage. Things took a sour note because that gear was stolen from his locked garage near Veterans Boulevard in South Fargo.
Whoever broke into it had punched out the keyhole and then ripped the wires through and then connected the wires and got in there.
Simmons says he's shocked and upset that something like this happened.
It's just an unfortunate situation because it's going to be hard for to come to terms with the fact that it's probably not going to surface. I would like it to, but it's probably not going to.
But he says he's learned his lesson.
Now I'm just going to be more mindful of the things that I put in my garage, and I got to find a place to put other things.
He says he hasn't put any of his other equipment in his garage because he thinks the thieves might come back and get the rest of his stuff that they weren't able to get before. In Fargo, Maddie Jelseth, Valley News Live.
Police recommend that you not keep valuable stuff in your garage because they say garages are easy to get into. They also recommend you install security cameras.
We have an update today on the health of the young boy who was tossed over a third-floor balcony at the Mall of America. 5-year-old Landons' parents say test results show he is improving. Landon suffered broken bones and severe head trauma when he was thrown over the railing and plunged an estimated 39 or 40 feet to the hard floor of the mall. 24-year-old Emmanuel Aranda is charged with attempted murder. Aranda told investigators he came to the mall with a plan to kill someone, intending to take the life of an adult, but choosing the 5-year-old instead. They say he was angry and aggressive because women he approached at the mall wouldn't talk to him. Aranda's bail has been set at $2 million. He is scheduled to appear back in court on May 14th.
Police say after responding to an armed suicidal man at a South Fargo apartment last night, officers say they were called there again today on a report of a deceased man. After trying for hours last night to get in contact with that man, police say they decided the best way to de-escalate the situation was to leave the scene. Deputy Chief Todd Osmundson says that leaving a mental health situation is something Fargo police have done several times, as receiving more mental health training over the years. Osmundson adds that officers on Thursday night's scene talked with the man's family, who consulted with police to leave the apartment complex.
It looks like it'll be a weekend with warm temps and maybe a few showers, but what can we expect tonight, Justin?
And thank you, Mike and Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Yes, temperatures are mild as of right now. We are into the lower 60s. Plenty of sunshine out there. Making our way through the evening. We will turn windy. Temperatures staying mild with that southerly wind of 20 to 40 miles per hour. Clear skies, and we will be into the mid-50s by around the 9 p.m. hour as our mild evening continues. Mainly clear skies in our southern and western counties. A few more clouds into northwestern Minnesota. Staying mainly dry across most of the region right now. The strongest winds of 20 to 40 miles per hour from the Red River Valley points off to the west, keeping us warm with temperatures across the region ranging from the upper 50s to near 70 degrees into the Jamestown area. We'll tell you what to expect as we go through the holiday weekend, including how warm we're going to be and when our next chances for moisture are. That's coming up later in the newscast.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Authorities in Grand Forks want you to know about a high-risk sex offender moving to that area. They say Dylan Blake Littlewind recently moved to 515 North 47th Street, number 303. Littlewind has a conviction for aggravated sexual contact of a minor in 2014.
A driver is in critical condition after an injury accident near County Highways 52 and 67, in which a car went airborne. Otter Tail County deputies say a car was driving in the 5100 block of County Highway 52 when it veered off the road, overcorrected, hit an approach, went airborne, and came to rest against a tree. The driver was flown to a hospital in St. Cloud.
Authorities in Moorhead are looking to bus drivers who are distracted behind the wheel. Police and Clay County Sheriff's deputies are bringing back the Busted by the Bus campaign. They'll be sitting in a big yellow school bus on April 22nd and the 29th, looking for people texting and driving. Last year, 110 school bus traffic violations were turned in to Moorhead authorities.
This week's Valley's Most Wanted is 26-year-old Anthony Alvarez. Police say he's wanted for probation violation on a theft charge and driving under suspension. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information on him.
The fate of the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library will be delayed until next week over concerns that lawmakers may have taken unconstitutional steps. The Senate changed the payment structure for funding construction in Medora, but House members say the procedure was not allowed. A conference committee will meet Monday to work it all out. Senators voted this week to use $50 million from the state treasury and loans from the state-owned Bank of North Dakota to help fund operating and maintenance costs of the proposed library that has been a top priority with Governor Doug Burgum.
Many farms across the state have quit operations in the last several years. The U.S. Agriculture Department reports farm numbers in 2018 dropped by 300. North Dakota farmer Dennis Renner says the cost-price squeeze in the industry is the main problem many face across the industry, including expensive machinery and products.
Person is involved in production agriculture for other things than besides the money, but you need the income to stay in the game.
He says it's important to use good business practices to avoid coming across big issues that could force you to sell your farm to stay afloat.
Opposition is growing in Colorado against embattled University of North Dakota President Mark Kennedy. The Faculty Assembly at the University of Colorado Boulder has passed a resolution that expresses concerns about Kennedy's possible appointment as the university's next president. The resolution says the Faculty Senate expresses its grave concern about the quality and the qualifications of Kennedy, who is the lone finalist. Many students, alumni, and faculty are opposed to Kennedy because of his conservative voting record as a Minnesota congressman.
Pieces of fabric from the NDX-1 spacesuit that was developed by the University of North Dakota were launched into space Wednesday. The pieces are heading to the International Space Station aboard a Northrop Grumman shuttle. NASA selected 5 technologies to test as part of its Materials International Space Station Experiment 11 mission, including the spacesuit sample. The program is to test the long-term exposure of materials to the inhospitable environment of space. The NDX-1 fabric sample includes innovative dust mitigation technology developed by a UND alumna and adjunct professor in the Space Studies Department.
Stylish but functional.
Yes.
Later on